Okay, this is part two, or the follow-up video to Where Does Philosophy Begin? And obviously, for some people it begins with watching a film, with some people it begins with reading a book, with some people it involves a subject at school or college or university, and they get ingratiated in some way, shape or form, and that's their first delvings into it, and it's a hook that pulls them in. I never had that. If I'm honest, I've always known of Stoicism and philosophy and Socrates and Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, or I knew of them in some capacity in terms of those names sound familiar, but I could not have told you anything about them in any way, shape or form 10, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, to be honest. The only reason that I'm immersed into it now is that I have had 4 years of life and running a business that's struggling and going through a breakdown in a relationship that was a marriage, and I've had to look inwardly and ask questions of myself in who I am. And what I'm trying to do is find questions that I can answer honestly. And to give you a great indication of philosophy for me personally, I do feel elevated right now because I'm reading it, because it's like brand new. I'm like a child learning new stuff as I read this. For someone that's studied it for 30 years, it's play school, I'm sure. But for me, where I go with something like this, in Where Does Philosophy Begin? For the individual, it's when it's I suppose it's like anything, it comes to you when you are ready for it. And if you look at my videos going back 2-3 years ago, I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about fitness, I'm talking about nutrition, but I never mentioned any of this sort of stuff. And now it's all I talk about. So, where does philosophy begin? You decide. You decide. 2.5 minutes. Good job on splitting these videos into two. Hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.